This episode is brought to you by DistroKid.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, like Aloe or Allbirds, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and great marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling, and for shoppers, buying, simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does online business better than Shopify. It's home of Shop Pay, the #1 checkout in the world. You can use it to boost conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going through to checkout. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/income, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/income to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/income.
All right, everybody. This is our final installment of our entire week of After Party episodes. We reached into the archives to pick out some fun ones, and we love doing it. So it seemed fitting to end the week with an episode all about, you guessed it, love songs. This is episode 91 of the After Party, and we released it on February 13th of 2023. As usual, don't forget, if you enjoyed this week of After Party episodes, head over to ChrisDeMakes.com and sign up for our Patreon. You'll get instant access to hundreds of episodes of the After Party, plus a new episode every week. And most importantly, your support allows us to continue making Chris DeMakes a Podcast. All right, everyone, enjoy the episode that we fittingly titled The Most Romantic After Party Ever.
Welcome to the After Party. Ready, set, let's go. Welcome to the After Party, the show after the show. Learn a little something new. Join us for the ride. Chris and Chris want all of you to know. The After Party's where it's at. The show after the show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the After Party. And Chris, love is in the air.
It's our most romantic after party ever. We're here to talk about our favorite love songs. And a love song can mean a lot of things, Chris. It could be a song when you're in love and you're happy about it. It could be a song when your heart is broke and you're longing for love. It can mean anything you want it to mean. I mean, I think of love songs, that's what I said to you. I was like, wow, this could be like 80% of songs ever that we could talk about today, because you could really consider most songs love songs.
Yeah, a love song just isn't, I love you, baby. It's
right.
It could be all the things you laid out. I'm glad you said that, because I was going to mention that my songs are kind of all over the place here.
Yeah, I tried. Most of mine are kind of like romantic love songs. I kind of went for the love and love songs, but also, some of these you could look at the other way too. And we sent each other our lists beforehand, so we kind of have very different type of lists. I was surprised by a couple of your picks. I think I have some of the classics on mine, but there are a couple of years I'm like, really? but I still love it. I love it.
There's some odd ones here for sure. But why don't you start us off, Chris?
Well, I got to start off with what I think is one of the greatest love songs ever, and probably one of my top 50 favorite songs just in general ever. Al Green, Let's Stay Together.
Ooh, baby, let's stay together. Loving you weather, times are good and bad, happy or sad.
When I think of this song, I think it's like the perfect song if you were, not a first date. It might be a little much for a first date, but a second or third date, you put this song on, light a few candles, make a fancy dinner. I just think it's like a perfect love song.
It's amazing, the songs that are the greats, and I consider this song one of the greats. We've talked about this song before.
Yeah.
I believe on an after party, just because it's just one of those that, don't have to talk about it just because it's a love song. You could talk about it just because of the musicality and the lyrics and just the way that he sings this song.
Oh, yeah. His delivery is insane. At one point, Chris, just for fun, I tried to record a cover of this song. I was like, I can do it. I'm going to try to do it. And And I'm not going to play a clip of that because trying to pull this off, I mean, it's not even right. I was just like having fun. I wasn't even going to try. But no one can do this song like Al Green does it.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask, has anybody covered it to your knowledge?
Yes, lots of people have covered this song. Al Jarreau, Big Mountain, Roberta Flack, Boyz II Men, Donny Osmond, Seal, Maroon 5, just everybody you can imagine. Michael Bolton covered it.
Were any of them hits, though?
I don't think so. I was surprised that I never heard the Boyz II Men version of this song, and I'm sure it's good, but you're just not going to top this version. The Al Green version, it went to number 1 in 1971. Rolling Stone ranked it in the top 60 of their top 500 songs of all time. I would think it should be even higher. I didn't realize, Tina Turner also covered this song. I didn't realize it. I think Tina Turner's version actually was kind of a hit for her. Didn't realize it. A lot of people know that this song was featured in Pulp Fiction. It was also in Higher Learning, Hellboy, Jersey Girl. And one thing notable about this song, Chris, I'm sure you've seen the clip of Barack Obama singing a little bit of this song at an appearance at the Apollo on January 19th of 2012 when he was doing a fundraiser where Al Green was one of the opening acts. Have you seen that? It's like a famous clip.
I have seen that, yeah.
Well, he sounded good. What's crazy about that is that sales of this song increased by 490% the week after that happened.
Good endorsement.
Yeah, for sure. They endorsed each other there. I think it worked out for both of them.
Well, I put these in order of when they were written, my songs. And the first one, Chris, is Unchained Melody.
And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. All you still more.
I did not know the version I picked was by the Righteous Brothers from 1965, but this song was actually written in 1955. Music by Alex North and lyrics by Hy Zarett, or Zarett, Z-A-R-E-T, H-Y Zarett. Interesting. North wrote the music as a theme for the prison film Unchained, hence the song title. And I didn't know that they were the original writers of it, but the definitive version is Unchained Melody. The song was massive, been covered a billion times, but the Righteous Brothers version is the version that everyone goes to, the one that filled all the jukeboxes and all the radio stations.
Yeah, and it got a big resurgence thanks to Ghost.
Yes.
The clay scene in Ghost is what I mean. It's kind of a shame that's what I think. That scene comes into my mind every time I hear this song. And you're right, this is the definitive version of the song. Chris, did you know that it's uncertain who produced the Righteous Brothers version of this song?
I couldn't find anything on that. Yes.
Yeah, they say it's either Phil Spector or Bill Medley. Bill Medley claims it was him. He had been producing the Righteous Brothers before they got signed, and early copies of this song didn't credit a producer, and they only credited Phil Spector after it became a hit. And I don't know why it's so unclear. Couldn't someone have just asked the Righteous Brothers or something? I don't know how they can't figure that out.
I don't know. It doesn't sound too righteous to me, Chris. I'll tell you that.
Very not righteous.
But yeah, I've always loved that song. And what do you got for number 2?
Well, I got another obvious one. I've been to several weddings where people walk down the aisle to this one. I think it's one of the most beautiful songs ever written, and I don't think I'm alone in thinking that. I went with the Beach Boys' God Only Knows, written by Brian Wilson and Tony Asher.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you.
It might be the most amazing love song ever written. There is a crazy amount of musical sophistication in this song. I read all about it. The level of sophistication of this song is demonstrated by 3 contrapuntal vocal parts, which means they're harmonically interdependent, yet independent in rhythm and melodic contours. So they really weave the melodies in this song. It's from the perspective of a narrator who asserts that life without their lover could only be fathomed by God. And it was crazy because at this point, it was really considered taboo to name God in the title or the lyric of a pop song. I guess pop music was still considered the devil's music or something around the time of the release of God Only Knows.
Yeah, that is so true. You know, if it wasn't Christian-based music or hymnals you'd sing in a church, people frowned upon that. I know the Doobie Brothers had a song called "Jesus Is Just All Right."
Yeah,
you know, and they caught a lot of flack for that. But it's funny. I believe the first version of "God Only Knows" I ever heard was Neil Diamond.
Really?
Yeah, and it because my parents were huge Neil Diamond fans. They were also, my dad was a equally or even more so probably a Beach Boys fan, but I believe that was the one I heard, and I remember hearing the Beach Boys and it sounded odd to me because I was used to the Neil Diamond version, but as the years went by, the Beach Boys version is the definitive version. It's amazing.
It's wild when you look at the footage of Pet Sound sessions and you read about them. Like this song, for example, features the following: drums, sleigh bells, plastic orange juice cups, clarinets, flutes, strings, French horn, accordion, guitars, upright bass, harpsichord, and a tack piano with its strings taped. All in this song. And Carl Wilson actually sang lead on this song, and it's considered his best vocal performance. Brian Wilson, of course, and Bruce Johnston did harmonies, and it was the B-side of Wouldn't It Be Nice, which is also an absolutely incredible love song. It was released in 1966. It only peaked at number 39, but now on that same Rolling Stone poll of the greatest songs in history that I will reference many times, it was ranked the number 11 greatest song of all time, and I could see it being even higher than that.
Nice. Well, speaking of Carl Wilson, Chris, and I did not know this when I was checking out this song.
Yeah, I know.
So there's an artist named Henry Gross, and this song is very, how do I say it? Polarizing. Either you love it or you hate it. It's called Shannon. It was on Henry's album released in 1976. Shannon was written about the death of Beach Boys member Carl Wilson's Irish setter of the same name. While touring with the Beach Boys in 1975, Gross visited Wilson's home in Los Angeles and in conversation said he had an Irish setter called Shannon. Wilson replied that he had also had an Irish setter named Shannon that had recently drowned at the beach. And that was the inspiration for the lyrics. The song is pure cheese, but I don't know why it evokes this I don't know. It's like one of the saddest songs ever, but it's my second love song of the bunch.
I had never heard this song before. You said it over. But I also read that story and I was like, it's about the death of a Beach Boys dog. I thought it was pretty ironic and sad that the dog drowned at the beach. I was like, geez, come on, Beach Boys, take care of your dogs. The song peaked at number 6, but one funny thing I saw about this, Chris, and I don't know if you knew about this. Do you know about the famous Casey Kasem profanity-laced meltdown?
I did. They were going to the song. They wanted to play it, but there was a song before it that he felt disrespected the song. I don't know the exact story, but it was...
Well, it was a listener from Cincinnati requested the song Shannon as a long-distance dedication to his own recently deceased dog. But Casey Kasem was upset that the show's producers placed that dedication immediately following the Pointer Sisters hit Dare Me, which was an up-tempo song that he considered a poor lead-in to the song. So he's flipping out. He's like, what the fuck? Obviously, I'm going to play the Casey Kasem meltdown right now.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions. And then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. Just last goddamn time, I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.
Yeah, who would ever thought, Chris, that the voice of Shaggy would be that irate?
Yeah, he was mad. Maybe he was justified in being mad. I mean, you're putting... Imagine if that was you and you have to, like, breakneck go from, like, an up-tempo happy song to, like, now this next one's a dedication to this guy's dog who died. It is a little rough and a little bad on the producer's part. I take Casey Kasem's side in that one. Hey everybody, we'll be right back with the after party after a few words from our sponsors.
Looking to elevate your music career? DistroKid is a digital music distribution service that enables musicians to distribute their music to online stores and streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon, Tidal, and many more. DistroKid collects earnings and payments, sending them to you, the artist. With DistroKid, artists unlock a world of possibilities. From easily paying collaborators with splits to securing your music with DistroLock, DistroKid covers all bases. Plus, you can promote your releases with Hyperfollow and create eye-catching visuals with a Spotify Canvas generator, all for free. But that's not all. Introducing the DistroKid app, now available on iOS and Android. Artists can manage their releases, view streaming stats, and withdraw earnings, all from the palm of their hand. And for those looking to perfect their sound, check out Mixia. With its simple interface and customizable mastering options, artists can make their music sound polished and professional within minutes. And don't forget about Instant Share, DistroKid's newest feature. Share large files securely with collaborators, producers, and more, ensuring your music streams at the highest quality. Ready to take your music to the next level? Download the DistroKid app and explore their suite of tools today. Plus, listeners can enjoy 30% off their first year by visiting distrokid.com/VIP/DeMakes. That's distrokid.com/VIP/DeMakes.
If you went on a road trip and you didn't stop for a Big Mac or drop a crispy fry between the car seats or use your McDonald's bag as a placemat, then that wasn't a road trip. It was just a really long drive. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At participating McDonald's.
The Red Hot Clearance event is on right now at Burlington, and I'm excited for the markdowns. It's all about savings on top of savings throughout the store. This is when I stock up on styles for my closet, home decor, and much more because there's up to 70% off other retailers' prices on clearance. I mean, I'm going every day because these prices, too hot to miss. Burlington. Deals, brands, wow. Styles and selections may vary by location.
Go further with the American Express Business Gold Card. Earn 3 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels when you book through AmexTravel.com. Whether your destination is a business conference or a client meeting, Your purchases will help you earn more points for future trips. Experience more on your travels with Amex Business Gold. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
Close your eyes, exhale, feel your body relax, and let go of whatever you're carrying today.
Well, I'm letting go of the worry that I wouldn't get my new contacts in time for this class. I got them delivered free from 1-800-CONTACTS. Oh my gosh, they're so fast.
And breathe.
Oh, sorry. I almost couldn't breathe when I saw the discount they gave me on my first order. Oh, sorry. Namaste.
Visit 1-800-CONTACTS.com today to save on your first order.
1-800-CONTACTS.
Learning through play starts with Lego Duplo. With Lego Duplo, toddlers can develop real-life skills while having fun with colorful bricks made just for them. Large, easy to grip, and safe to explore. When children express themselves with Lego Duplo, they build patience, problem-solving, and empathy. See your child learn perseverance and self-expression with everything they imagine and create. Visit lego.com/preschool to learn more.
Your burger is served, and this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. Its sweet profile perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger.
That is one perfect combination. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
And now, back to the after party.
What do you got for number 3?
This one, I don't know if the sentiment of this song is necessarily supposed to be sad, but the whole feeling of it is just, I remember listening to this song, maybe one of the first times my heart was ever broken as a teenager. I remember this song making me feel better, that Cyndi Lauper felt the way I did. And of course, I'm talking about Time After Time, written by Cyndi and Rob Hyman from the Hooters.
The second-hand unwind. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time.
It was produced by Rick Chertoff, and it was Cyndi's first #1 hit from the album She's So Unusual. It was one of those deals, Chris, where this song was written in the album's final stages. It was after Girls Just Want to Have Fun, after She Bop, after All Through the Night. It was kind of an afterthought. It went on to become, I guess it's Cyndi's biggest song. She had several big ones, but what I thought was funny about it is she just began with the title, which she had just seen the title Time After Time when she was like reading a TV guide referring to some science fiction film called Time After Time. I had a similar thing like that in Punchline where we had a lyric from a song, from this song called Open Up, where it was, "You're too young to die now," was from some poster in the wall in our practice space that just said like, "Too Young to Die Tour" or something like that. Just whatever. Sometimes you'll find inspiration in the weirdest places like TV Guide or a poster on the wall. But I think this is not only one of the greatest love songs, but just one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yeah, that song is amazing. I love that first record that she did because you go from All Through the Night to Money Changes Everything to She Bop to Girls Just Want to Have Fun to Time After Time. They all have their own feel and their own flavor. It's hard to believe that Girls Just Want to Have Fun is the same person who sang Time After Time. It's a trip how she was, crossing styles but doing it flawlessly.
I mean, the song being an amazing song aside, her performance of it, I don't know if it wouldn't have been what it was if someone else performed it. It's like a perfect performance. I honestly, it's seriously one of my favorite songs of all time.
And I think, Chris, that's why, think of the caliber of artist that covered the Al Green tune. And they could never match the success of the feeling that he emoted when he sang that song, and it obviously touched people tremendously. My third pick is The Police from Synchronicity in 1983, Every Breath You Take.
Every breath you take, and every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
I think this is like, I don't know, the perfect pop song. It's one of those songs that, yeah, you've heard it a billion times, but I never get sick of it. I just think it's probably been played at more high school graduations and proms, and it's just one of those great songs.
Another song that got a big resurgence in the 90s thanks to Puff Daddy at the time.
Yes.
Did the interpolation of it for I'll Be Missing You. Did you know that this is the most played song in radio history?
I did know that, with nearly 15 million radio plays. I guess Sting received a BMI award at a ceremony held at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel in Beverly Hills to mark it being the most performed songs in BMI's catalog. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's funny, this song, yes, it's a love song. It kind of feels like a dark love song. It feels a little bit stalker-ish or something, you know? You definitely, every breath you take, I'll be watching you.
It is a dark song. It's amazing that for being that dark, that it evokes that feeling of love. It is played at graduations because, yeah, it is dark. It has also been said, I read, Chris, that Sting, his net worth, his income each year is a quarter to a third based on royalties and publishing from Every Breath You Take.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I mean,
and he's had some massive hits.
Oh, absolutely. Did you know what this song was about? Do you know the story behind it?
I don't. I really don't. I didn't read too much further than what I've said so far.
So Sting wrote the song in 1982 in the aftermath of his separation from Irish actress Frances Tomelty and the beginning of his relationship with Trudy Styler, who's an English actress and producer. But their split was really controversial, as Trudy Styler just happened to be best friends with Frances Tomelty. So Sting, I don't know. You can't breaking up the friendships, and I mean, it worked out for Sting. Why wouldn't it work out for Sting, I suppose?
And again, I'm glad you prefaced at the top about, the love songs can run the gamut of, they could be dark, they could be, as you put it, kind of creepy in this sense. So, but yeah, this is my third pick. What do you got for number 4?
My fourth pick is one that at the time of its release, I don't think I thought too much about it, but in recent years, I've just realized more and more that this is one of the greatest songs ever. And I'll tell you what, when I put this song on around friends, this has happened several times I feel like in the past year, where this song will come on and somebody will go, "Oh my God, this song is incredible." It just happened the other day. My friend Jers, this song came on and he's like, "Jesus, this song's amazing." I'm talking about the Yeah Yeah Yeahs Maps.
Say, wait. Like I love you, wait. They don't wanna be like I love you.
It's a simple song, yet there's so much feeling and emotion in this song. It's about Karen O's relationship with Liars frontman Angus Andrew. It was released in 2003. I mean, at the time, it wasn't really that big of a song. It was big. It was a big on, alternative radio, I guess. But it was featured on the Rock Band video game, which I think is where I started to realize it was amazing. I just happened to have Rock Band at that time. It was a fun thing to play with your friends. And started being like, wow, this song is really good. And then, as the years went by, I think people realized how amazing this song was, because Rolling Stone said it was the 7th best song of the 2000s. Once again, going back to that 500 greatest songs of all time list that I talk about, the most recent one in 2021, they put Maps at number 101. That's pretty high, you know?
Yeah. Well, I did not know this was the AAS. I was like, what song is this? I did not know it was them. And also, this was the one pick of yours that surprised me a little bit. On first glance, first listen of this, you wouldn't think it was a love song. At least it doesn't sound like that to me. You have to dive into the lyrics, really.
Well, wait. They don't love you like I love you. That lyric has really stuck. I think that's what... It's just repeated so many times in the song, and that drum beat is so hypnotic. And, dude, when the guitars kick in on this song, they kick in so hard. Like, it just... I just think it's like one of the most perfect rock songs I've ever heard. So much so that I guess the Kelly Clarkson song Since You've Been Gone rips this song off pretty bad, because the writers of that song even kind of admitted to it, like that they love this song so much, but they thought it didn't have a chorus, which I think the wait, they don't love you like I love you is the chorus. I don't know what they're talking about. Also, Beyonce did an interpolation of this song in her song Hold Up, which was co-wrote by Ezra Koenig of Vampire Weekend, who had like tweeted something and then it became a song. It's kind of a confusing story, but this song is one of those songs that just over the years has just garnered more and more attention and love. People have loved this song more and more over the years, and that's the way it's been for me too. It's popped up. It's came back into our consciousness again and again, and every time it's like, oh my God, this song's amazing. So yeah, that's on my list.
And we can't downplay the importance of sometimes you get on that video game and it just gives your song a resurgence. It's kind of like, going viral in the video game world. It's pretty cool. Number 4 for me, Chris, is from Lenny Kravitz. It Ain't Over Till It's Over, from his second album, Mama Said, from 1991.
So many tears I've cried, so much pain inside.
A song that was released in June of 91, a mid-tempo ballad inspired by Motown, Philly soul, and Earth, Wind, and Fire. And the horn line at the end of the song is performed, interestingly enough, by the Phoenix Horns from Earth, Wind, and Fire. I love this song, always have.
Yes, this is my favorite Lenny Kravitz song, and most other Lenny Kravitz songs I don't really like. I respect him, like I think he's good, but this is the one. Like when I heard this, which is probably the first Lenny Kravitz song I heard, actually, I think I remember it maybe being a buzz clip on MTV. I loved it, and I do think it's that throwback soul sound. Obviously, the song was based on the Yogi Berra quote. It hit number 2 on the Top 100, which to this day is still the highest Lenny Kravitz ever got on the Hot 100. And it was written while Lenny was dealing with a struggling marriage with his then wife, Lisa Bonet. And this was an attempt to rekindle their relationship. And Chris, did you know that Lenny actually didn't want to perform this song? He wrote it and didn't want to perform it at first. Did you know that?
I did know that. He really he realized the hit potential of the song, didn't want to release it himself, wishing to remain an underground artist. That's something we do when we're young, and we think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
But he thought about giving the song to Smokey Robinson. His label eventually persuaded him to include it on his album, and the rest is history. And I think he's probably pretty happy at this point that he cut the version himself.
Yeah, I would say so. Although I would have loved to have heard the Smokey version. I bet Smokey would have done it well.
He probably would have, but I remember when this song came out, it was my first year of college. I was heavily into punk. I was listening to a lot of really hard stuff, hardcore punk, metal, thrash. Wasn't listening to too much soft stuff, and this song it was, every time it would come on, I would crank it up. What a great feel, what a great production, awesome song. What do you got for number 5?
So I had to go with one to remember the late Christine McVie. I went with Fleetwood Mac's Everywhere. Such an uplifting, sort of happy love song. It just makes me feel good, especially the I don't know, like the high vocals in it are so good. It was released in November of 1987. Only peaked at number 14. I was kind of surprised that this was that late in the game for Fleetwood Mac, 87. And it recently got a little bit of a resurgence. I don't know, Chris, if you've seen lately they've been playing this song in Chevy commercials.
I have not. Well, maybe I have. I know I've heard this song recently. Maybe that's where I heard it.
Yeah. But I just think this is my favorite Fleetwood Mac song.
Well, this was from a record that Stevie Nicks was not on.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and I want to say this was the only hit from the record. It saved it. It might have been Tango in the Night, might have been the record.
That's right.
That might have been the one. Is that the album it's from? Yeah, I think this was the only one. And that's the one thing I did love about Fleetwood Mac. You had 3 vocalists in that band that could all sing amazingly. And just the lyric. Think about how simple this lyric is, but nobody else ever phrased it like this. I want to be with you everywhere.
Right. It's so good.
Think about that. It's like, and I don't say this in a mean way, but it's like a 4th grader could have wrote it, but no one ever wrote it till they wrote it, and it's perfect.
Right. Everyone can relate to it. It's so catchy, so good. Want to be with you everywhere. It's so good.
I want to sample you going, ah-hoo.
Ah-hoo. Hey, I think that's a surefire way to make your song a hit. That's also Werewolves of London.
It is.
Werewolves of London. I want to be with you everywhere. We got to do that mashup.
There you go.
My earliest memory of you, Chris, that is Werewolves of London. I've told you this before, right? That song reminds me of you making fun of me and Patrick Stump for singing that at the piano at the Electric Factory.
Yeah.
You were really mean about it, but man, was it funny.
Oh, man. Reeling it back in here. This is number 5 for me. It's The Pretenders, I'll Stand By You, from their 1994 album, Last of the Independents.
I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you.
The song was written by frontwoman Chrissie Hynde and the songwriting team of Tom Kelly, who I'm not familiar with, but Billy Steinberg also is co-credited writing this song, and I think it was their last charting song, one of their biggest singles for a late career hit. It was also my father's, one of his most favorite songs. He absolutely loved this tune. It's great. I did not know it was covered. I guess it was covered by Carrie Underwood in 2007, and it was a big hit for her, but the Pretenders version is the definitive one for me.
I was really surprised that this song was from 1994. I thought for sure it was going to be from the 80s. It only reached number 15 on the charts, but it feels like a staple or so. Like it feels like a song that's always existed or something. I don't. That's why I was surprised it was so late in the game. And actually, I don't know if you saw this, Chris, but Chrissie Hynde went on the BBC and she mentioned that she felt embarrassed that she set out to write a, in quotes, hit. You know, like sometimes it's like, as an artist, you want to be like, I was just writing what I'm feeling. But it's sometimes embarrassing to say, like, I just wanted to write a hit, got together with some ringers and wanted to write a hit. But she went on to say that she felt better about it when Noel Gallagher said he wished he'd written it. So that alleviated her whatever anxieties about it. But yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, and I was very surprised. Summer of 94, I remember hearing this song, and this was the summer of Green Day and Rancid and everything else. It was like, the radio was getting, a little harder. Punk was hitting the radio. A lot of metal was hitting the radio, and this song really stood out. And I've always loved it, and this was a lot of fun. I want to wish each and every one of you out there, if you're celebrating, a happy Valentine's Day, and if you're not, I don't know, go buy yourself dinner, do something fun for yourself.
Yeah, do something nice for yourself. No, but I mean, it's not really a holiday anyway.